There's no time to congratulate yourself in the NBA playoffs. The second round is as unrelenting as the first was epic.
Lillard, he got the shot off! Lillard got it!
But will the lingering effects of that opening series be seen tonight? Will a week off have LeBron and the Heat rested or rusted? Brooklyn comes calling with some familiar playoff foes. As the intensity ratchets up, there's never a time to let up. And Game 1 is the time to send a message.
Beautiful Tuesday night, and it is game night once again at the American Airlines Arena, the home of the Miami Heat and the two-time defending champs, rested and ready for round 2, taking on the Brooklyn Nets. And how everybody, we welcome you from South Florida for the Heat. Mike Callahan, Ronnie Garretson, Sean Wright are 3 officials tonight. And we are underway in the Eastern Conference semifinals. The Nets and the Heat, game 1 here in Miami.
Spoelstra talked about it wasn't because of injury, it was because of rest. And there again, LeBron James, a great read. You saw 5 sets of eyes focused on LeBron and the ball and allowed Chalmers,
he was on the mark often against Charlotte. Really made him pay for all the attention that the Bobcats paid to James as he gets deep and over. Pierce gets the friendly roll.
And you've seen already early on this possession here, nice find of Chalmers on the cut. And then that size and strength, the ability to elevate up over the truth there.
Paul Pierce has hit a couple of threes thus far for Brooklyn. Chalmers, no. Bosh there to finish it.
A nice putback, and that's another area we want to keep an eye on this game. Not for you defensively.
Johnson guards Wade in the lane, and more points in the paint for Miami. That's what Jason Kidd was talking to Rachel about. Wade finds Allen, and he's a sneak attack with the layup.
Yeah, Jason Kidd's going to have to get a timeout. This group that he's got out there, you know, we were talking about the Nets defensively not being engaged. Just look at Marcus Thornton, had no idea that that pass was being thrown.
Good to see you, Ron. Good to see you. Just try to put a body in as much as you can. Watch the duck in. Watch the duck in. Ray, good job, Ray. Good job, Ray.
His outside shooting. There's the three-point story so far. Both teams like to shoot from behind the arc. Pierce has hit the other 2 for the Nets. James attacking the basket. Just flying through the lane.
And that's one of the examples.
Ripping through the lane, attacking Garnett. 20 points in the paint for Miami already. And the Heat in transition. Chalmers backs it out. Here's Bosh. Finds James. Boy, beautiful action there.
It was, again, early in the shot.
Darren Williams. And how about LeBron James? He's 8th on the all-time scoring list. And now over the last 7 postseasons. And they do it with a new team this year as Chalmers goes right by Williams. Coming out of the timeout and a 7-point Miami lead.
A brilliant play design there by Erik Spoelstra coming out of that franchise player for this Nets team. He is going to have to play well in this series.
Chalmers able to turn a corner. The little scoop goes, a friendly roll. With 9 and change remaining in the half.
And not just offensive.
Forces in NBA history. He and his head coach, Jason Kidd, playing just about as many minutes as anybody who's ever done it at the NBA level. I love Spoelstra's word for it. It's a great pass from Chalmers. Bosh there to finish it.
And what you're seeing is one of the big differences. There's a lot of shot blocking, so nice strong move there. And again, great execution by the Heat. That little cross screen by LeBron and a nice delivery by.
Has 2 rebounds. He's dished out 3 assists. Getting deep in the lane, and LeBron with the left, no. Gets his own twice, and this time the putback with the left.
And the spacing was good enough to where the Nets.
James with Black's backpedaling, doing whatever he wants in the lane. LeBron James now with 14.
Welcome back. Heat in the midst of a 13-2 run, and a lot of it fueled by the activity of LeBron James there on the offensive glass here. 2 of his 14 points, and then here just in attack mode against Flash. Just good old-fashioned big boy ball.
And LeBron James getting this crowd going. It was revved up going into that last timeout. At the end of a game when you're trying to set up for a final few plays. There's another turnover. Wade comes away with a loose ball, and it's Wade off the window.
We saw the struggles in that first half, and they
block.
Marcus Thornton thought the ball was kicked. I don't think it was, and Wade here able to finish under duress there. And
Miami didn't affect Brooklyn much in the first half as Karolinko has it denied.
Ever since I seen he got game, I thought he couldn't do no wrong. Keep going, Jesus.
Get position on the ball, man.
Miami lead. As Michael Beasley with the dunk. And I'm sure he's glad the graphics gurus, Matt Davidowitz and Annie Lutzenkirchen, and our statistician Tom Barbary. And one last cheer from the Heat fans that remain as Miami takes care tonight. A plus of 21 for Miami in the regular season. It was minus 12. Kevin Garnett with his first career scoreless playoff game. And the big boys sit on the bench in the fourth quarter. Paul Pierce and Darren Williams. LeBron James with 22 tonight. 5 rebounds, dished out 3 assists. Dwayne Wade goes for 14. And the Heat win game 1 as we check in with Rachel Nichols.
LeBron, you are now the youngest ever to reach 4,000 playoff points, but you also got the win in game 1. I can guess which one was more important to you tonight.
You definitely know which one was more important, Rachel, and it was great that we was able to come out the way we did after being off 8 days. We got a lot of work in. You know, we had 8 days off from not playing a basketball game, but Spo got us in the gym. Ourselves got each other in the gym. We held each other accountable throughout the layoff, and it proved tonight.
Now, we heard you refer to Ray Allen as Jesus Shuttlesworth tonight. How important was his contribution? And you think he had a little extra mustard against his old mates there?
I don't think so. I think he just focused on, the job at hand. And, the boost that we got from him tonight, we need that. We need that punch off the bench to take pressure off the starters. And he came in with that attitude that, hey, I want to make some shots. I want to contribute to this game 1. And he was big time.
Now, you guys win this game decisively. How much of an indicator is that of the way the rest of the series is going to go, or do you still expect a dogfight?
Well, we're gonna learn from this game. We're gonna learn from the things that we did well. We're gonna learn from the things that we didn't do so well, and then we'll come in with game 2 better prepared. You can't come in thinking the way we played tonight we can win in game 2. So, we'll get better and we go from there.
Thank you so much.
All right, thanks, Rachel.
And our thanks to LeBron James. Ray Allen, 4 3-pointers made tonight, goes for 19 points. How about those two superstars with a handshake? Our final score, Miami winning by 21 in game 1. Coming up next, we'll send you to our studio in Atlanta for Greg Anthony, Rachel Nichols, and the rest of our TNT crew. I'm Brian Anderson saying good night from Miami. You've been watching the NBA on TNT, exclusive home of the 2014 Western Conference Finals. After a break, we'll send it to Ernie Johnson in Atlanta. All Miami tonight. So long, everyone.
The Miami Heat and Brooklyn Nets facing off in Game 2 of this Eastern Conference semifinal matchup, with Miami holding a 1-0 series lead. LeBron struggling to get started early on. The entire Miami Heat squad struggling to get started. Chris Bosh missing the 3. LeBron pulling up and missing as well. He was 0 for 3 from downtown on the night. Shane Battier pulling up, looking to get it to go. Can't get it either. Miami missed their first 5 shots, and they were just 1 for 8 from 3 in the first quarter. Ray Allen did end up going 3 for 5 from 3. There's Norris Cole doing what he can to get it to go as well. And Mirza Teletovic, finally the guy who could. He'll knock down the corner 3 to put Brooklyn up 21-15. And the Nets swing it. Get it to him again, why not? He's taking the D. Will feed, and he'll pull up to hit that wing 3 as well. And D. Will finds him in the corner. Paul Pierce? Why not? Kick it out to the other corner. Teletovic had 15 points at the half and 20 total in the game, including 6 of 9 from downtown. And with less than 30 seconds to go in the half, LeBron driving baseline, scoring on the reverse layup. He had 8 straight points for Miami to close the half. And at halftime, the Nets lead 46-45. Later in the third, KG pulling up to knock down the jumper for his very first basket of the entire series thus far. And Deron Williams finding Mason Plumlee for the slam to put Brooklyn up by 2. And it was Ray Allen in the third with the game-tied Mario Chalmers to Ray to knock down the 3 to put Miami up by 3. And this time he'll have his shot blocked by Shaun Livingston, but rebounded, put it back to put Miami up 67-64. And in the fourth quarter, watch Marcus Thornton and Deron Williams miscommunicate on this switch, leaving Ray Allen wide open for the 3. He'll knock it down as he usually does. 13 total points for Allen off the bench. That play put Miami up 85-77. And Chris Bosh squaring up and knocking down the jumper over Mirza Teletovic. That was part of an 8-0 Heat run. And here's Coach Spoelstra.
Every loose ball, 50-50. We got to come up with those. Those will decide the game.
And LeBron James did decide the game. But this possession here, the Miami Heat kept the ball for over a minute. Just on the one play with 2:15 left to go in the game, leading 87-79. And the Heat decide to keep it and swing the ball. LeBron James finished with 22 points on 9 for 18 from the field. And D-Wade will find LeBron inside to finish it in the paint. The final score is 94-82. Miami takes the 2-0 series lead with Game 3 Saturday at Brooklyn.
The Brooklyn Nets swept the Miami Heat in the regular season, but in the playoffs it's been a different story. Miami already won the first 2 games of this series. With 2 more, they could sweep Brooklyn. Deron Williams coming off a goose egg of a game for Brooklyn. There's LeBron James, no goose eggs for him. He starts off strong, going to the rack for the lay-in, just taking all the contact, still getting the shot up and in. And Paul Pierce on this play called for a flagrant foul. This part of a early 10-0 Heat run. Later in the first quarter, guess who? LeBron James just chugging through traffic. Basket and the foul there as well. He had 16 points in the opening quarter. It's 25-22, Miami in front. Final seconds of the first quarter, though, with Brooklyn down 4. Shaun Livingston, the only 3 he took all night, and he absolutely drilled it. So it's 30-29 at the end of 1. In the second quarter, Dwayne Wade to the rack, laying it in. 9 of 18 from the field. Miami goes up by 5, but Deron Williams finds the hot shooter. Joe Johnson nails the three-pointer. He was 5 of 7 from distance in the game. Later, Brooklyn in transition. Deron Williams, he knows who to find. There he is again. Joe Johnson drills another triple. He had 12 at the half, 19 on the game. Andray Blatche, that's a post-move crossover. We're going to watch it one more time. He had 13 points in the first half, so Blatche giving the Nets a huge lift. 51-49, they led it at the break. To the third quarter, Kevin Garnett fakes and drives to the basket for the lay-in. Big play there from KG, who had 10 points in the game. Chris Bosh missing the 3. We go the other way, and Shaun Livingston, beautiful move. Up and over Shane Battier, he misses, but look who's there. It's Andray Blatche, 15 points, 9 rebounds after 3 quarters. Mirza Teletovic has been contributing in this series. There he knocks down a deep 3. And Jay-Z enjoying what he's seeing. Andray Blatche then hustles and tips the ball to Joe Johnson, who feeds Teletovic for the 3. The Nets outscore Miami 26-14 in the third quarter. LeBron James missing the floater here on the other end. Joe Johnson feeds Deron Williams for 3. He didn't get a goose egg in this game. He had 9 points on the night. This part of a 12-4 Brooklyn run. Into the fourth quarter we go. Fourth quarter action. Dwayne Wade missing the layup on the other end. Another 3. That's what Brooklyn's doing in this game. Knocking down 3s. Alan Anderson gets that one. Now, Heat ball, tempers flaring a little bit. You see Anderson and Ray Allen getting mixed up together right there. And technicals called on each side. It's a double technical foul. Later, Paul Pierce kicking it out to Alan Anderson, who nails another 3, this time up and over Ray Allen. It's 88-69. Brooklyn in control. Joe Johnson, Paul Pierce, money on that 3, plus the foul. He had 14 points on the game. He missed the free throw there. Later, Sean Livingston crowning the game with a huge jam at the basket. Eric Spoelstra's squad goes down. It's their first loss in the playoffs, but they still lead the series 2-1. Your final score, Brooklyn 104, Miami 90.
All right, the highlight from Brooklyn tonight, celebrities all over the place at Barclays. Got your Denzel, you got your Spike, your LeBron, of course.
Gotta have
on
LeBron.
the game. Jay-Z.
You have B. Then you have
Queen B.
Queen B. You got Shane and Double P talking about how you doing.
We got double technicals. At some point during that conversation, one of them said, you know, we're too old.
Yeah. Enough's enough.
Let's just play.
We're tired of
Let's
fighting.
just play ball. Then it's LeBron and Allen Anderson.
Well, we're just getting to know each other.
They're
We're still
talking.
pretty young.
So 4 technicals handed out in the first 7 minutes or so of the game. Just trying to clean things up. Yeah. And that's what we get really tired of seeing that over the course of the game. There's LeBron on the bench, and Brooklyn goes on a 12-2 run. Darren Williams drew the foul and won. D. Will to Andre Karolinko for the lay-in and won.
Good player in ball movement. Brooklyn in the second quarter took the page out of the Heat. Brooklyn attacked the rim, and then LeBron James had to come back in that play savior mode because of that run.
And it worked out well for Miami. James Jones with just his 5th block of the year, and it sets up LeBron on the other end. Then James with a fadeaway. He had 25 in the first half.
Nothing you can do with that. Good, pretty good defense, good contest.
Here said he wanted him back after game 1. He got him.
Yeah.
You know what? That wasn't bad, but yeah. And he got really, really close. Yeah. Brooklyn gets to go into the third quarter. Kevin Garnett with a putback dunk, 10-2 Nets run. They're up 65-63. James then scores 13 in a row for Miami.
Well, it's so fun because, Matt, in a variety of ways. The three, the up and under, get to the free throw line, left hand, right hand. They give you a little skip to let you know he's feeling good.
He had 40 of their 79 points through 3 quarters. By my math, that's more than half. D. Will to Paul Pierce, turning back the clock a little bit there. Brooklyn takes their first lead since the second quarter. Then it's Chris Bosh for 3, putting Miami up 89-87.
Screen by James Jones to get him over, but Paul Pierce, Matt, playing a great two-way game, hands in the passing lane there, doesn't settle for the 3 contact.
And 1.
The old-fashioned way.
Unfortunately, they would go more than 4 minutes and 15 seconds without another bucket. Meanwhile, James still at it. A 3 goes. The lay-in. 16 of 24 from the field for his 49. And then on 3 straight possessions, Chris Bosh wound up with 3-pointers. The third of those after they collapse on James. Bottoms up.
Just put another part of the highlight reel. Chris Bosh game-winning big 3-pointers.
Yep.
And with 5 fouls, LeBron James, good job on Joe Johnson there as he misses the jumper.
Johnson could never draw that 6th foul. Maybe could have pushed the issue a little bit with James. Ray Allen to put it away at the free throw line. Pretty good guy to do it.
Yep, automatic.
And the Miami Heat take a 3-1 series lead.
Just like the first round, the 2-time defending champs try to be the first in the second round to move on. Brooklyn with its back up against the wall as LeBron James and the Heat trying to close out the Nets. Miami back at home, and Dwayne Wade, he had a breakout performance. Wade taking over. LeBron just 7 first-quarter points. Wade put the scoring on his shoulders, going 4 of 7 for 12 points in the first quarter, 20 points in the half. That's tied for his highest scoring half all season. Now, Ray Allen misses as Miami started 1 of 16 from downtown in the first half. On the other end, it's Joe Johnson. This is 2 of his 10 first half points. Brooklyn outscores Miami 27-19 in the second quarter to lead by 7 at the break. So Brooklyn trying to extend the season by at least 1 more game. They put the ball in the hands of Joe Cool. Joe Johnson, he hits the 3. He had 12 points in the third quarter, hitting all 5 of the shots that he took. Brooklyn up 75-66 heading into the fourth. Johnson, unstoppable. This time, he's got LeBron James guarding him. LeBron was stifling, but nobody could slow down Joe Johnson. He scored 34 points, 24 coming after halftime. Joe Johnson with the handle, the hesitation. Johnson trying to shed LeBron. He does it and buries it. LeBron and the Heat trailed by as many as 9 with 8:02 to go. Then here comes LeBron on the other end from downtown. Quickly, that 9-point lead going away. How about Wade? Strong start in the first half. He finished it off, too, with 28 points in the contest. It was 91-88. Miami not going away. They don't want to head back up north. Johnson, again, going at LeBron. Physical. And LeBron getting the best of it, saying, not up in here. Most importantly for Heat fans, it's still just a one-possession game after the great defensive effort by LeBron James. Back on the other end, just over 30 seconds to play, down by 1. Not anymore. Heat go on a 12-0 run, and they're up by 2. So trailing by 9 with 8:02 to go. Heat now in front. Sean Livingston posting up Wade. That's no good. Nets missed 9 consecutive shots down the stretch. Now the Nets down by 4. They go back to Joe Johnson, trying to get them out of their funk, and finally does something. Johnson responsible for 12 of the Nets' 19 fourth-quarter points. 1-point game. Brooklyn immediately fouls LeBron. He goes to the line. He misses the first. He was 15 of 17 from the line, had 29 points. LeBron trying to make it a 2-point game, and he sinks the second, so 1 of 2. So it's 96-94, just under 10 seconds to go. The Nets trying to find something. Paul Pierce has the ball knocked out of his hands by LeBron James. They go to replay and say that it was Nets basketball. LeBron appeared to hit the hand of Paul Pierce, which was on the basketball, knocked it out of bounds. Nets retain possession. Joe Johnson for the Nets. Johnson driving to the middle of the court, has it poked away by Ray Allen. Then LeBron James knocks it away for good, and that's how the Heat are advancing to their 4th straight Eastern Conference Finals. A great last couple of minutes on the defensive end by Miami, stifling Brooklyn. The Heat outscore the Nets 30-19 in the fourth quarter, overcoming a 9-point deficit. Brooklyn out, Miami advances. They'll await the winner of the Pacers and Wizards.